right, so welcome back. It's another installment of Math Games. We haven't figured out a title yet, but Math Games for Families, Math Games at Home.
Math Games with Sara and Stevon.
Quarantine. Sara, Stevon, quarantine math games. Figure it out. Somebody can give us a suggestion. And you have a new game for us this week.
I do. It's kind of more of a, I guess it's a game investigation. It's a game and it's fun because once you figure it out, the kids can teach it to other kids or they can pretend like it's a magic trick.
Okay.
Yeah. And the parents will have to figure it out too, right? So this last week, I think the game was fun for adults and kids. And this one also, I mean, I had fun doing it. So hopefully other adults will have fun doing it.
What's the name of this week's game?
The 1 to 10 card game.
1 to 10 card game.
No,
all right.
No, 2 to 10. The 2 to 10 card game. I forgot. Should we? I'll figure it out. It's in the blog.
All right. Cool. All right, so I'll explain today's game.
Okay. So there's different variations of the game, but this is the original variation. So you need to get from your deck of cards, the cards 2 through 10. So you have your deck, right? So just take out one set of 2 through 10. So like 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5.
Okay. I have a pre-made set and I have ace through king, but I only need 2 through 10.
For today, for now, 2 through 10. And then if you want a challenge or if you have like an older child at home that needs a challenge, you could use ace through king.
Okay, got it.
Okay, and then put them in order, in like numerical order from smallest to greatest. So 2 through 10, like that. Yep, you got it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to rearrange my cards. I have them in my hand, and I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to rearrange them so that when I flip them over, I can flip one over, put one to the bottom, flip one over, put one to the bottom, but they're going to come out in this same order, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mm-hmm. You'll see it once I show you. And then you have to try to figure out how to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I do it right the first time.
So all you need is a deck of cards, and then you put out all of the unnecessary ones, and you stack 2 through 10.
Yeah, and then you saw me. Did you just see me rearranging them?
No.
Okay, well I was.
But I saw you play before, and you rearranged them. So
yeah. So I just rearranged them. And if you don't have a deck of cards at home, you could just cut paper up and write like the numbers at the top with something so you can't see through. Okay, so I rearranged them. Let's see, I think I can do this. And yeah, now you can see the table, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the first card that I flip over should be a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to take this top card and I'm going to put it to the bottom of the deck. And then the next card that I flip over should be a 3. Yep. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to put the next card to the bottom of the deck. This should be a 4. What am I going to do next?
Put the one at the top to the bottom of the deck.
Mm-hmm. And what should this one be?
A 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a 5. Bottom. So this should be a 6. This can go to the bottom. This should be a 7. This is where it gets tricky. Hope I did it right. To the bottom. 8. Flip to the bottom. 9. I got it. And then 10. So now your challenge is to figure out what order do you put the cards in when they're in your hand so that when you rearrange the order and you're flipping them, it comes back out to 2 through 10 numerical order.
Okay. Okay.
You want to try once? See if you can do it?
Yeah, I actually did try it before we started.
You did? Did you figure it out?
No.
I didn't get it on the first try either.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try it now. So I have my deck of cards,
Mm-hmm.
and all right, you flip the top one, and then the second one is the 2, right? You flip the first card you flip, and then the second one is the 2.
The first card that you flip should be the 2. So you
First card
this first card you flip over, and that should be the 2. Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, first card is a 2.
You think you?
Huh?
You think you got the order?
I don't know.
That was pretty. That was fast.
Well, no, I'm not done. I'm raging right now. Okay. Okay. Now, when I did it the first time, I'm trying to work this through in my mind.
So if I was, I'm not gonna. If you answer this question, you'll give away, some strategy, so you can't answer it. But if I was your teacher, or if I was your parent, I might ask. So what are some things that you're thinking about right now? Like, what's one thing you're trying? What's one of your strategies for doing this? Because I would be interested. I am interested in what you're thinking about, but unfortunately you can't say it because we're live, and then you'll give away like something that someone else might try.
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. So I won't say my strategy. Mm-hmm. And I might, and I'm probably not, I don't know if I'm gonna get it right.
We could come back next week and you could say your strategy. And then you can finally tell me when you win Race to 20 with someone.
No, I always win. I just can't beat you. Yeah, we can do Race to 20 again, actually.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end quick.
All right. So I'm gonna give this a shot. And I'm pretty sure when I first did it, it didn't come out in the right order. And with this time around, I'm a little concerned that like I haven't figured it out yet. I think I'm making the same mistake.
Yeah, it took me more than a few times, and I kept getting stuck after the 6.
Oh, did you see my cards?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. So 2.
Okay. Yep.
3.
Uh-huh.
You see?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We can see enough of them.
Okay. 4. 5. 6.
Uh-huh. I know this is where I got stuck too.
Okay. 9.
Yeah.
7. 8. 10.
Okay, so you got it through the 6, and then you got the 7 and the 8. You got to figure out how to get that 9 in between the 8 and the 10. Do you want to try again?
Oh, I see. Yeah, let me try again.
I see you're a Trader Joe's shopper.
Yeah, you see all my my panic shopping bags. I recycle and whatnot. That's where all those bags are.
It's good that you recycle.
Yes. Practice recycling, composting, all of that. Yeah, with quarantine, none of this. Most of the streets aren't getting swept because no one has to move their cars.
Yeah, I noticed.
Has that been an issue in your block? Are the streets trying to get dirty on your block? Yeah.
But I live right off of. I mean, yeah.
You have to say, but yeah.
Off of Mission Street, and Mission is not the cleanest street in the city.
Oh, already, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm at work right now at John Muir, and I'm noticing, so I take Guerrero, and I notice that Guerrero looks a lot dirtier than normal. There's a lot of trash on Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rearranging the cards again.
You got to figure out how to get that 9 in between the.
Now, I think what the issue is. Now I'm okay.
So as you're thinking, the fun thing about this game also for families to play together is I think that the kids might be better at this than the adults. And so you could just see who can figure it out first. And it's always fun for kids to beat adults. I had a few of my friends practice with their kids during this quarantine, and they videotaped the kids doing it. And all 3 of the 4th graders did it faster than I did.
I think I figured it out, but I doubt it. Oh, maybe it's. I'm trying some bizarre stuff now. I'm trying to all right.
You're super focused. It's impressive.
What's that?
You're super focused.
I heard you said about the kids recording and the parents. All right. I wonder if this is going to work. All right, so I'm going to test this out.
Okay.
And this will be the last trial, and then I'm going to.
It'll be the last live trial.
Yeah, my last live trial. We're doing this, without me actually trying to figure it out. So I think that the rules of the game are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And it's not as, but figuring it out isn't as straightforward as I thought it would be.
And we can talk about access and how to make it easier or harder after you show us if you got it or not.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So I don't have a table, so I'm using my ironing board.
I couldn't tell that it was an ironing board.
Yeah. Now everybody at home knows.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn it.
Okay, but I have a question for you. So are you you want to figure it out, or are you just like, no, I don't like this?
Do I want to figure it out? Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
But all right. So the first time
you had this. I'm close. You're close.
Yeah. The first time I had the 8 and the 9. I forget what the first one was, but I got it. So the 7 and the 10 is where I messed up.
Yeah, and then again, if I was your teacher, I'd be super interested in hearing what did you change? What did you change the second time from the first time, and what made you decide to do that?
Yeah. And I think all right. So what I realized is in doing it was that it's not as. First time I just changed the order. I just went from top to bottom, but after that certain number, getting it to come in the same order means that you have to. Well, I won't give too much away, but I think it's unassumingly not as straightforward as.
Yeah, it's trickier than it seems, right?
Exactly. It's trickier than it seems. Easy way to say it. Okay. So the name of this game is called.
It's.
Counter what cards to 10? What change to 10? So we're gonna give this game a name.
I'm giving it. I'm finding the name right. Yeah, it is the 1 to 10 card investigation, but I don't know why it is. It is, but I got confused because you don't use a 1. You could throw an ace in there though.
Make it a 1.
Yeah. So the nice thing about this game is all the kids are going to have access because everybody can count by ones, right? And if you have a kindergartner, a 5-year-old, or a 6-year-old, then you just move it down to 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. And instead of using through 10, just use a few less cards and they can practice with that. And they're still just practicing counting, which is great. And then if you have older kids or you figured this one out, you can do ace through king, or you can switch it up, do ace through king, and then do 2 cards go to the bottom instead of 1. So there's all kinds of, and in the blog that you're going to send out, it'll say some of those modifications that you can make to the investigation depending on what age your kid is.
So there's the counting aspect, but what are some of the other math concepts that the game?
Yeah, so I think we talked a little bit about game theory, and then there's 2 kinds of math standards, right? They're the content standards, which would be the counting part, and most kids can count. Or, if you have a 4th grader, a content standard would be that your 4th grader can multiply a 3-digit number times a 1-digit number. And that's just basic math concepts. But then there's these really important math practice standards, which are practices or things that mathematicians do, or that they're like mindsets that you want to build in kids so that they feel confident and capable of the kind of thinking that they need for math, right? Math is, it's about seeing patterns. It's about having strategies. It's about knowing that you make mistakes all the time in math. Like that's like what math is, right? Math came about from people just like trying to figure out problems and making mistakes over and over until they would find a new formula that would help them predict some kind of pattern. And so this game is really about looking at patterns, and it's about perseverance and like sticking to something, but you're learning the perseverance through like something interesting, right? You're not working hard at, like, you feel good when you figure it out. I mean, I did. It took me more than 2 times. And once I figured it out, I was like, yes, okay, this feels good. Like I'm capable of figuring this out. Right. And that's what you want your kids to feel. That's what we want our kids to feel when they're doing math.
Yeah. And that's one of the big objections that a lot of people have to math is like, if they don't get it immediately, they're turned off, and they don't become invested in the figuring it out process.
I know.
And so it builds that muscle.
I know, which is so unfortunate because anyone who does math like as a job is used to the failing. They're used to the mistakes, and they know that that's just a part of it. And I think that if we could shift our mindsets a bit around math to know that that's just a part of the process, we'd all feel a lot more comfortable with it, and then realize it's really fun.
Yeah. This is I'm giving
Hold on one sec.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, I think it would be interesting for people also, like, you're going to post this on your Twitter and your blog, and not to put any more work on the families. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But
I said YouTube, we're posting on YouTube.
And YouTube. So if the families like it, they should tell us. And if they don't, they should tell us, because then I'll make sure my teachers don't teach it at John Muir.
Yeah. Please comment and let us know how your kids are taking to it. Obviously, if it's just a game, I mean, I'm 35. I turn 35 next week. So if this is in the future, then it's after my birthday. But and I don't know how to do it. So let us know how it goes with your student. Let us know how you felt about going through the process. Share with other friends. And yeah. Anything else you want to
add? No, next week we'll have another game.
Yes. So until next week.